This is Ultra Izzy.
What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I just want to bring you guys a quick video today about a lot. The last couple of weeks has been very, very crazy. A lot going on. I'm sure some of my friends out there, you guys have heard about some of these stories, but there's just a lot going on. I'm going to try to touch on many as I can. Maybe some of you guys out there haven't heard what's been going on, so I'm going to try to touch on some of them right now. We'll start with the Nord Stream pipeline. So I guess it was February 2022. With the whole Ukraine and Russia thing going on, Biden sort of declared that if Russia invaded Ukraine, that the Nord Stream pipeline, which is a pipeline, I guess natural gas and oil and stuff like that, that he would take care of it. And people were kind of freaking out about that because they didn't really know what he meant.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
How will you do that exactly, since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control?
We will. I promise you, we'll be able to do it.
So later on in the year, I believe it was September of 2022, the Nord Stream pipeline suddenly blows up. And everyone's like, okay, what's going on? I want to say there was even a deleted tweet by someone in another, I can't remember what country it was, Germany maybe, but they were like, thank you, America, or thank you, President Biden, for doing that. And they immediately deleted the tweet, which everyone was already like, red flags were going off, and alerts were going off, going, okay. Biden already came out and said he was going to do it. And then this guy, some guy from another country thanks the U.S. and Biden for doing it, the Biden administration. But the funny part is though that they try to blame Russia, okay? They try to say, hey, Russia blew up their own pipeline, which is like me cutting the brakes to my own car and then complaining about, what happened, and try, no, Russia would never, no country would ever destroy their own stuff just so they would have to like fix it on their own again. So that made absolutely no sense. Well, it just came out, a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist named Seymour Hersh just came out. I'll link to the Substack below if I can get that link for you guys. But he just revealed that he had some intelligence that it turns out that we already knew this already. It turns out that the Biden administration was behind blowing those up. So that's pretty crazy. And again, another conspiracy theory that, people out there, oh, you're conspiracy theorists. No, people were right. And it was this one was pretty obvious. I mean, the guy, I don't know if he has dementia. I don't know if it's just one of those things where people just like to tell people what they're doing because it's just maybe some sort of satanic, demonic thing they're doing. I have no idea. But I do know that, as you guys saw in the clip, that he did come out and say it. People were kind of shocked. As you probably heard the lady kind of pause and was like, what, So that was one of the things, but yeah, that one, that people, the information coming out that he was behind that has been floating around lately. The next thing is the Hunter Biden laptop. So we know that Elon Musk took over Twitter, and he's been exposing a lot of what's been going on at Twitter. It turns out the FBI has been working with Twitter. They had a lot of people that were working there with Twitter. The FBI has been, Twitter was working directly with people who worked, other parts of the government. They were censoring conservative people. They were censoring a lot of voices who just were going against their narrative. They're silencing things about COVID. They're silencing things about the jabs, if you will. They're silencing a lot of people about a lot of important stuff, and it was leading to a lot of people, possibly getting sick, dying because they were misinformed, because they were trying to keep people misinformed on purpose so they could just take the jab and not ask any questions, right? And so that's all coming out right in the last couple of weeks, right? So the Nord Stream thing, and then Twitter came out with the Twitter drops, and then with the whole Biden laptop thing, that's been coming out. More of the information about that has been coming out. A lot of the information that people have been saying, almost contradicting themselves about what was on it. So they're pretty much admitting, It's like, I think it was even AOC that said that the laptop was half true or half real. Like, what is that about? That means that half of the stuff on the laptop is real, and the other half. Either way you cut it, that just proves that it's real. It just doesn't make any sense sometimes. So the whole Twitter story is just blowing up right now, and the whole censorship and everything they were doing. Then we had the Chinese spy balloons that happened, right? And the Biden administration let those float around the United States for a few days. If it wasn't longer than that, 5 days. I can't exactly remember how long it was. This is just a week or so ago that this happened. And they let them, we all saw them. We all knew about them. We were asking questions. And then they waited and waited and waited and waited and finally shot them down. President Trump came out day one, I believe, or maybe, once it became public, or, it was very close afterwards, and said, hey, we need to shoot them down now. And then the Biden administration just let them keep doing their thing. And most likely, in my opinion, I believe they were taking information from us. Biden is probably owned by China, and he just let them take the information. And then, when you're done, conveniently, we'll just shoot you down. We'll wait till you get the information. I want to say one of their generals even said, because someone asked, like, hey, shouldn't the American people know where these balloons are? And the guy goes, well, they can just look up in the sky. They can see them. I mean, if that doesn't show you guys that these people, this administration does not care about the American people. If you didn't know that already, just that little snippet of that guy saying that, well, you can just look up in the sky and, you can see the balloon. We don't need to tell you where it's at. So obviously it's not about the Americans' safety or anything like that, right? It's just about you guys letting them get the information first, and then you guys shoot them down when the job is nice and tidy. So all that's going on right now, right? Well, then we got this week, where apparently, or it was over the weekend, apparently there has been, the Biden administration, and I think even Canada has been shooting stuff down, right? So when this story first broke, my first thought was, okay, these guys are like trying to save face and make up for, doing a crappy job the week before, right? They waited 3 or 5 days, however long it was, to shoot the spy balloons down, right? People were criticizing them, saying, why'd you let them stay in the sky for so long? They could have been doing anything up there, and you guys just let them do it. So now I guess they're just like either backtracking, backpedaling, and they're just going, and they're trying to flex their muscles, saying, no, we're not lame guys. We're not like pushovers. We're going to shoot something down if anything comes in our airspace now. So of course, right, just conveniently, some UFOs, or I don't know what's going on. They're saying they're shooting down spherical, shiny, small objects.
So I can confirm that the Department of Defense was tracking a high-altitude object over Alaska airspace in the last 24 hours. The object was flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight. Out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of the Pentagon, President Biden ordered the military to down the object.
Right? So technically it's a UFO, but now they're all of a sudden shooting these things down to try to flex their muscles, show how tough they are, to show how much they care about the American public. Yeah, we're not buying it. Yeah, we're not buying it. I don't buy it. Something's going on. Either something more than what I just said is going on, or it's just them, again, trying to save face. Oh, no, we're not weak. We're strong. Look, we'll show you guys. We can shoot stuff down. Yeah, too late, right? Too late for all that. Then we have the Ohio train derailment, right? That happened, I believe it was in East Palestine, Ohio, okay? And this one here is really, this one's really going to bend your brain. So there was a train derailment there, and it was carrying, I believe, a load of some contaminants, some polyvinyl chloride, and some like 20 cars of hazardous chemicals and materials and whatnot. Well, I guess this thing got derailed somehow. We don't know how. I'm pretty sure somebody did something to it. We just don't know what. But this thing got derailed. I guess it was a giant explosion. Huge plume of chemical clouds in the air. And apparently there was like fish that were dying. There was all these animals that were passing away. Birds were dying. Anything within a 1 mile radius was dying. And apparently like people were being evacuated, were leaving because I think local officials might have told them. But then other people were getting mixed reports saying that there wasn't any kind of danger. So you tell me, I don't know. But here's the kicker. It just came out, I believe, today. And unless I just missed it yesterday or something. But it just came out today that there was a 2022 movie that came out called White Noise that is the exact same scenario as what happened in East Palestine, Ohio. The exact same scenario. Train derails. There is a huge chemical cloud, and the people have to lock down or whatever, or like evacuate. I haven't seen the movie, But that was just revealed this afternoon, at least to me. That's what I got. What are the odds? Well, and apparently some extras who were in that movie live in that same town. So they were there during the filming in East Palestine, Ohio, in 2021 filming it. The movie was released in 2022. And then all of a sudden the same exact thing from the movie happens in the same exact town, the same exact tragedy. What are the odds? What is going on here, right, guys? We got aliens. We got life imitating art. We got stuff coming true from. We got laptops. We got a billionaire buying Twitter, and exposing all this stuff, all this corruption that was going on at Twitter, all around the same time, all in the last 3 or 4 months, really, when it comes to the Twitter stuff and the other stuff. But the real main thing is the aliens. Is this what we're leading up to? Because they're over here talking about UFOs. I mean, obviously, this is a giant distraction. All that to say that I just said it's a giant distraction. All of these things happening, it feels like to me, are a giant distraction from all of this information that's coming out. All the stuff on Twitter, the stuff on Twitter about the vaccines. I mean, I did, I made a video on this, but the whole thing with Project Veritas, right? With Big Pharma, right? They got exposed for doing some stuff. Not sure if I can even say it anymore, but you guys can look back at my video. But they got exposed doing some stuff too. All this information is all coming out at once, and I do feel like all this alien UFO talk, it really is a big distraction. I think the people who are in control of pulling the strings for all of this looniness going on right now are panicking because they are not in control anymore. Because if it looks like Twitter was being used as a way to silence people, as a way to spread propaganda, as a way to, if you put anything on Twitter and you control what message is going out, it's like the fake news, right? It's like Fox, sometimes Fox, but it's like CNN, MSNBC, all these, and even Washington Post, all these woke leftist media outlets. Twitter was pretty much the same thing. They could change the algorithm. They can change all the stuff on there to make millions and millions of people believe whatever they want them to believe, because they can make it trend. Think about it. Let's say that, these hats, right? If I own Twitter and I wanted to make people buy my hat, I could manipulate the system with an algorithm and some data and some code or whatever, and make people feel like these hats are just the coolest thing in town, and I would sell out. Okay, this is what they do with woke, ideologies, with woke topics, with propaganda, with all this BLM stuff, and this is what they did. And I mean, like I said, if Elon hasn't already, I want to say he's exposed some of how they did their dealings. Then it's going to come out how they did it, and it all makes sense. And if you don't think that there's more going on behind the scenes, guys, you might want to think again, because it's not a coincidence that Elon Musk just happened to buy Twitter and just happened to expose all of this information, and now the Biden administration is talking about aliens. All right, guys, that was a lot, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just kind of want to go on a quick little rant, guys. It's probably not very quick, but thank you guys again to all my new subscribers, and please hit the subscribe button, click the like button, and turn on those notifications if you guys want to be up to date on newer videos. But yeah, guys, also follow me on Twitter, Ultra Izzy. And like I always say, guys, stay fearless and stay free. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.